popping, y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. So, yo, it's Monday. Hope y'all feeling good. Hope y'all had a good weekend. You know what I'm saying? Hope you got a chance to, enjoy yourself. Kansas City fans ain't too happy right now. You know what I'm saying? But I hope y'all had a good one. I hope you had a good one. Let's talk about everything. And let's start it out with Kendrick Lamar and the Super Bowl performance. First off, I'm not going to do no countdown into how I feel about it. I liked it. I think it was a dope performance. Social media is now they're having a civil war about if the performance was mid, if it was trash, if Wayne should have performed. And I feel like everybody was looking to, let me not say everybody. A lot of people looking to not like shit. A lot of people are looking to have something negative to say. I think overall in its totality, without the two moments that are possibly the biggest moments within the performance, which are the diss records, was dope. The choreography, the way Kendrick, debuted a new record, the GNX car being at the top, all of the people, the choreography, the people coming out of the car, you know what I'm saying, performing, making the American flag. I thought all of that was dope. Now, when Euphoria came on, I didn't expect that at all. You know what I'm saying? That's the last thing I thought he was going to do. But Euphoria comes on, I'm like, oh, all right. Then him alluding to Not Like Us being played, I'm going to do it, but they might sue me, all of that. I was like, okay, he teased it a few times. Now, here's the conversation that's been the conversation. Oh, he's only this big, or he's only getting these moments because of Drake, and it's only happening because of Drake. Listen, none of that conversation matters. No, there was not going to be an 100%, yes, we love that performance. Now, it was all the speculation about, does he do it or does he not? He did it. It's over. Well, at least for now, it's over. Social media going to keep this shit going. Social media is going to make it a conversation about the game twos and all of that. We all know Drake got a album coming with Party Next Door this week. And I ain't going front. I'm actually looking forward to hearing the album because Party Next Door is fire. And when Drake does R&B shit, we love that. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to hearing that. I'm not looking forward to hearing no diss records on there or no cryptic messages or Easter eggs you got to find to figure out if there's a diss on. Fuck all that. What happened. Kendrick performed at the Super Bowl. The Eagles spanked the Chiefs. Shouts out to Gillian Wallow and the entire Philadelphia State P, all my guys. Beans, what up? Now we're going to move on, or are we? Because it's about to be the 1 year anniversary of Like That in a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Close to a month. But all right, listen, I enjoyed the performance. I got on stream last night. It's not his best performance ever. This is not the best he could ever did. I wasn't looking for his best performance ever. It's not his tour. It's a 13-minute set that you got to compile into some entertainment. I thought the Samuel Jackson shit was dope. Samuel Jackson, his Uncle Sam, that was fire. Choreography, fire. Song selection, could he have added more songs? Absolutely, but you got 13 minutes. Got to do the shit that people want. People wanted to see. I didn't think Euphoria was going to get played, but I was like kind of, oh shit, you know what I mean, when it happened. People wanted to hear Not Like Us. You know what I'm saying? It happened. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's just a battle of the fan bases. It's going to continue to be a battle of the fan bases. Drake still got his battle with the against Universal Music Group. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick about to go on tour. Somebody should compile and do one of them end of the movie joints with the Faith Evans and Twista song and put everybody added into it, make a meme out of that. That would be fun. You know what I mean? But listen, all I'm gonna say is this: regardless to who you rooted for in the battle, that was a great display of hip hop. That was a great display of hip hop at a very high level. That was a great display of hip hop culture. Serena Williams sea-walking at the end. No, I did not see that shit coming. But it ain't like we ain't never seen Serena Williams sea-walk before. It's happened. And she's from Compton. Was it dope to see her out there? Absolutely. Everybody's like, oh shit, okay, lit. You know what I mean? But stop trying to stop trying to make this shit into more than what it is. The fact of the matter is this. Kendrick Lamar has had a great year between last year to now. He's had a great career. At the height of this battle, when this battle was brewing, when everybody was screaming for Kendrick to drop, when people were saying, yo, you taking too long and all of that, y'all was all asking for the shit. Then once the man dropped, it was like, oh, okay, that's this what I don't like about how people consume shit, because it's not like people can be objective in the battle, period. When people that didn't like Kendrick heard Euphoria, oh, it's all right. That shit wasn't all right. It was fire. Shit was fire. When niggas heard Family Matters, I thought Family Matters was fire. At least the second verse on. First verse, I ain't really like. You know what I mean? But the second verse, third verse, the beats, fire. Then, Meet the Grams, Not Like Us, back to back to back, Heart Part 6, or back to back to back. Oh, no, Kendrick doing too much. Listen. You get what you asked for. Get it because you asked for it. A nigga ain't a thief, then he better have the cash for it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got what they wanted out of this situation as far as consumers, as far as being entertained. Now, Drake wins this battle. I don't think Drake wins this battle in the public eye. I don't think Kendrick Lamar performs at the Super Bowl. But that's not what happened. We can't talk about fantasy. We got to talk about what actually happened. Kendrick spanked him. You know what I'm saying? He goes on to do the Super Bowl. He goes on to drop GNX. He goes on to have more hit records with TV off. Shouts out to Mustard. Seen Mustard on the field. That was fire. It's fire. This is hip hop. Know what I mean? Now it's been a lot of shit in between that wasn't hip hop. The lawsuits, and now we looking at now it changed our perception of Drake to an extent, at least for mine. You know what I mean? Like, I still look at him as a great artist in history, but it changed my perception. It moved him down a few notches. It moved him down a lot of notches. You know what I'm saying? Because we can all agree, and maybe this is me just playing fantasy now. Had he won, it wouldn't be no lawsuit. It wouldn't be all of these different things. It wouldn't have been all the spiraling, and it wouldn't have been none of that had he won in the public eye. But what happened, happened. I hope this is a bow on this shit. I really do. I hope that this is a bow on this shit, because it's not that it gets boring to talk about, but at the same time, I feel like the fans, like, they overfeed into, you know what I mean, with all the conspiracies and this and that, and now we got fans so much into contracts. Now everybody's into contract. Everybody loves contracts now, and they want to read contracts, and they want to talk about the greater good for artists. And listen to the music, man. Listen to music. If you want to be a lawyer, go be a fucking lawyer. But stop all this other extra shit, acting like you really care about that type of stuff. Don't none of y'all care about artists' situations, because if y'all did, y'all have been protesting about these record deals, or y'all have been caring about them back then. You know what I mean? Kanye West. Your man Kanye bugging the fuck out. And let me say this. On the last episode, I think it was the last episode, I said I like the energy that Kanye was bringing with Bully. But let's be honest. Nobody's ever looked at Kanye as a bully. And let me tell y'all. So remember I said it'd be hard if Kanye did a Gangsta Grills? I actually reached out and seen if it was a possibility of making it happen. Not the drama. I reached out, to people on Kanye's team. Nah, we focused on Bully. Cool. No problem. No problem. But seeing all of this shit that's happening now with all these tweets, man, it's just, there's a point in time in everybody's life where Kanye was a person that we all looked to as an example of, I wouldn't necessarily say aspire to be. I know for producers, a lot of producers aspire to be able to be a producer and an artist, and Kanye's done great work. But we ain't talking about the great work right now, because the great work to me at this point doesn't matter. Only if we're talking about the beginning of this man's career. We look at, people looked at him as what he's done and said, damn, like, here's somebody who really took a shot on themselves. Here's somebody who really bet on themselves. Not like Terry Rozier, because, he getting investigated by the feds for literally betting on himself. But here's a person who took a chance, took a shot, and they became something with it. And we love that. We love the story of him bouncing back from the car accident. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, the man lost his mom. And you know what I mean? When he lost his mom, everybody thought of him as like he's just going crazy. I mean, anybody who, you know, loses, I'm not going to say that he went crazy because of that. Anybody who loses their mom is going to go through something very traumatic. I mean, especially for a young man, that's the first woman you've ever loved. You know what I mean? It's the first woman that you set your eyes on. So like, fortunately enough, I still have my moms, but you know, for the brothers, even the sisters out there that have lost their mom, I've lost my dad. For the ones that have lost a mom, man, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. And I think we sentimentalized with that. We gave him grace. I mean, we people were tolerable to certain antics or certain ways or certain, you know, things or ways he acted after losing his mom. And then he still came back with some more music after that. You know what I mean? He came back with My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy, classic stuff. You know what I mean? Yeezus, Cold Summer, tons of records after that. But there's been a fork in the road, and that fork has diverted him off the path that he once was on. I thought that by the time like Kanye was at the age that he is now, 47 years old, that he would be a man of integrity still. I thought that he would be a man of respect. You know what I mean? All this shit with Jewish people. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all straight up and down. I'm not Jewish, so I'm not gonna sit here and say, you know, I can't. I'm not gonna speak on they culture. You know how people feel personally. I don't look into, you know, some of the stuff that they've gone through or nothing. But I do think it's wrong to just fuck with people. However, if you got a beef with a certain person or certain people, as in these people, then just say those people's names. But don't make it a generalized thing, because I hate when people do it to black people. You know what I mean? I hate the fact that as being a black man, I'm looked at as responsible for the sins of the last person you met that was a black man. You know what I mean? But I will say this. Seeing the shit that he's doing, the tweets, I'm gonna keep it 100. Even though I'm speaking about it right now, people don't care. I feel like it was this point in time where like people really genuinely cared. They really was like, damn, you know what I mean? Kanye do. But ultimately, people don't really care. And you want to know why they don't care? Because that music don't hit the way it used to. You know what I'm saying? That music don't hit the way it used to. Things don't translate how they were. Things aren't what they was. It ain't 2009. It ain't 2011. It ain't Watch the Throne time no more. Oh, this was a long time ago. All of that shit. And I think things are more tolerable when you supplying people with the best music. Vultures 1 and 2, while it is decent, I don't think it's Kanye at his best by far. Like, it's not even close. I don't think he's nearly even reaching a quarter of what he potentially was. But it's still tolerable. And I think that like if you're a person that's like a core, and I know I said this before, people look at me as like this Kanye hater. I don't hate Kanye. I actually love him as an artist, but just the person that he's become is just disgusting. I mean, it's just disgusting. Because like seeing something like like him saying stuff like, yo, all white men or all white people are liars. It's like, yeah, but you're marrying white women. You know what I mean? Like your children is half white. If you want to go, like if you want to be technical, your children is half white. And I always wonder, right? Like as a person, I'm not half white, but as a person, if you are, you know, if you got a white dad or a white mom and a black mom like that, you know what I'm saying? How do you feel when people say something about like that about your, you know, because you still got family. Don't get me wrong. Like you might identify with being a little bit more blacker, but at the same time, if somebody say F white people when your mom's is white, like how does that make you feel? So I just take a second to think. And I just think that this shit that he's been doing is just corny. Like this whole thing about Puff and all of that. And he said that he hit women too. And it's just like, yo, bro, like you just doing too much. Nigga just doing too much. And even with this whole, like, I got money, y'all niggas is broke. Like, bro, you supposed to have money. You're Kanye West. You one of the greatest innovators of fashion at one point in time. You one of the greatest innovators in music at one point in time. But that whole, like, F Virgil shit, like, that's corny. Because we in a time where, like, this drill music or not drill music, let's just say drill culture. The music is a part of it as well. But just drill overall as a culture, it's got a hold of our kids. They smoking on deads. They you know what I mean? Everything is about disrespecting somebody who's dead. And we sitting here and we pleading. You got mothers crying every day because people are making videos and music disrespecting their son. You know what I'm saying? Or they're speaking on events that might have took a young lady's life or something. And we trying to get our youth off of that. And here comes a person. Y'all wasn't in the street. Y'all not know F Virgil. Like, come on, bro. That's just corny. That's just corny because you wasn't saying that when he was alive. And when he was alive, best believe, when it comes to making product, what he was doing with Nike, what he was doing with Louis, that Yeezy, the sneakers and all that, that was a thing. It was. He made a splash. But when Virgil was there, you wasn't fucking with him. You wasn't. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't. And I just think that it's just corny, man. It's just corny. Now he going after Dave Chappelle. It's just like, yo, bro, niggas is just looking at you. It's like, all right, you know that one person that be talking crazy? Like, they get around other people that don't know them, and then they be talking crazy, and you know for real that person ain't really like that, like, for real. You just be like, you let him slide. You I don't even think we let him slide. It's just that nobody don't care. This shit is corny. It's classless. It's tasteless. You know what I mean? We can't even think for the oh, but what about his kids? That's not none of our concern. That's none of our business. His, Kim and all of them, they got to deal with that. I don't live in that world. I feel like there's the music industry and there's a part of the shit that I operate in. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of like the music industry, if it was a building, I probably only go to like maybe 2 floors in there. If it's a 10-story building, I probably go to 2 floors, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool. I don't need to go up to the 10th level, because if going to the 10th level looks like this nigga, then I definitely don't want to do that. And it's beyond, it's really beyond the whole, yo, who's around him, who's speaking to him. He's saying that like, fuck anybody who trying to talk to me. So who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Is it a cry for help? No, nobody's taking nothing that this nigga says seriously. It's just like, oh, okay, all right. He ranting again, y'all. Them rants don't hit the way they used to. See, the rants used to come with some knowledge. Like, Kanye reminds me today of Charles Manson. If you ever watched the Charles Manson interview, Charles Manson was a serial killer. He says all types of crazy stuff, and then he'll say one thing that makes a point. Kanye kind of did that for a minute. He would say all this random stuff, and he'd say one thing that make a point. He ain't really making no points to me. He not. It's just not hitting, man. Even with the whole Kendrick shit, like, yo, don't perform. If I'm Drake, I'm like, nigga, shut up. Don't try to spare me. You was one of the main people that did me dirty. Man, that man Drake said he went over to come chill with you, work with you, told you about his son. You know what I mean? Told you about his son, worked on music. You gave him the Lift Yourself beat, and then you did that bullshit to the beat. Now that's one point where Drake, he might have went through what he went through with Pusha, but he was all good for that Ye shit, because come on, bro. You just give off clown behavior, man. It's just clown behavior. It's bozo behavior, man. It's bozo behavior. And what's sad about it is again, we thought that we would see him at this prestigious level, where I thought like, shit, 2025, I'm like, even after he had been quiet for a minute, you know what I mean? 2025, I'm like, oh, Ye about to come back on some shit. He gonna come back with some music. Maybe he gonna, you know what I mean, get with another brand and do some collabs. I think he's just coming back worse than he's ever been. And it's like, for what? To be seen? It's like during the time of, in hip hop, we got Kendrick, about to do the Super Bowl. Here he's sets himself on fire and says, everybody look at me. Well, you the nigga that sets yourself on fire. Ain't nobody tell you to do that. Even the whole, yo, Dot, I got you. You talking about some don't perform the song. Nigga, you made a Like That remix that nobody asked for. Nobody asked you to do a Like That remix. Like That didn't need a remix. Say yo, Dot, I got you. Goofy shit, bro. But that's where we at. This shit is a comic book, and it's not a good one. I mean, speaking of comic books, there's all these people that's mad at Anthony Mackie, right, for talking about Captain America, talking about how Captain America, you know what I mean, doesn't really represent America, all of these things. And you got all these people that's mad. They're mad. Bro, Captain America in the MCU, the nigga whole career has been going against government. Civil War. Civil War was him literally going against the Sokovia Accords, a rule that was put in place for them to be regulated. And he said, nah, I'm not jacking that. Tony Stark went with that shit. He ain't go with it. By the time we got the Infinity War, Steve Rogers, he was a fugitive. He was a fugitive. I mean, Thunderbolt Ross, he told what's his name, to lock him up. He told Rhodey to lock him up because he was a fugitive. Everything that Captain America did was he even went against America to get back cool with his best friend who was brainwashed by Nazis, which Kanye says he is. He was brainwashed by Nazis to take the lives of Americans, and he still got cool with him. And Anthony Mackie, we talking about fiction. Talking about fiction. Everybody's mad at Anthony Mackie. Well, guess what? And I'll say this. Sometimes being black in America almost doesn't feel American. When we look at the history of what we've gone through, when we look at how people have treated us, when we look at how we're still treated to this day, for me, I live in a very, very prestigious neighborhood. I live next to a country club where the memberships is $60,000 a year. And when I pull out of my driveway, when I drive through my neighborhood, there's certain people that wave at me, but there's also certain people that look at me like, what the hell is he doing here? So forgive us for sometimes for Anthony Mackie speaking his truth, and sometimes being black shit, they almost don't feel American. That don't mean that I want to live anywhere else. Let me just put that out there. You know what I mean? But like, just everybody need to chill and follow their goals, because when I tell y'all 2025 is going to be a big year for us, I mean it. I mean that wholeheartedly. I mean that because I believe it. I mean it because a lot of y'all that watch this channel, y'all push me, and I love the fact that y'all push me. Y'all joke with me. I joke with y'all. You know what I mean? Especially on stream, we have fun. But I just want to say thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you. And don't be like Kanye. This is I Do It Myself. I will catch y'all all this week. We drop in whenever we feel like it. For the ones that rock with me, you know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually you will. Peace.